Alright, welcome. We move on to the third album of Paramore, coming in 2009, that being Brand New Eyes. And that poor butterfly getting ripped off and pinned to a wall. Obviously, this is referenced in the song Brick by Boring Brick, because the girl in the story who lives in a fairy tale, the fairy tale becomes very distorted and, the angles and everything, and subsequently ends up ripping wings off of the butterfly. So there you go. And here's the backside. There's 11 tracks, plus a bonus track being Decode, which came for the Twilight movie, which I never saw, but I definitely remember the movie being super hyped. But like I said, 2009, Brand New Eyes. For a lot of fans, this is their favorite album. I would say that this is probably my second favorite album. In my opinion, my top one is going to be the album we'll talk next week, being the self-titled album. But I will be honest that this took me a few times to really enjoy, mostly because obviously the first few songs, if not the entire album. There's a couple of songs that are just fun straight through all the way and stuff like that. But a lot of this is very a lot of animosity, a lot of anger, depression, back against a wall, just like a lot of, piss and vinegar, right? And for me, it's kind of like, oh man, that's kind of sad because a lot of these, they like really feel this as opposed to writing a song about feeling it. It's like, no, this shit's actually coming from the heart and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I felt more, more upset as opposed to appreciating it and all. But that take a couple of times. But then after that, I understood that. But I was able to find myself to really do enjoy this album. And like I said, it's my second favorite album of theirs. So there's the inside. And then you take the disc off. And they're dead on the road. I can't recall this much in the booklet or not. Oh, there actually is. Oh, okay. Yeah. We're discovering things together. There's a wall of text and pictures here. That's for the song Ignorance, which obviously I will talk about. That is a great song. And quite a few of these songs got music videos as singles and stuff. And yeah, great stuff. Obviously we're talking about the Ignorance music video. That's great in itself as well with the light bulb, right? But yeah, a lot of great songs, like I said, Piss and Vinegar, especially the last song, I put that in quotes because obviously there's the bonus track, but the last official song of this album being All I Wanted, fucking fantastic. But yeah, it is upsetting that this band really, isn't at the best of each other and stuff. Just really... Yeah, really hard time, difficult time. Obviously, Josh, Farrell will leave, and just a lot of stuff going on. But it's always kind of sad when an artist or a band that's at the worst in their moments, the music itself is fucking fantastic. Obviously it's great to listen to, but it's the price of what it came. That kind of sucks, But anyways, like I said, Brand New Eyes. Great stuff on here, and so let's get started. To open up the album is the song Careful, so you get the crowd chanting, right? Paramore, Paramore, and there's good guitar play going on, which establishes the tone very well, and the first stanza of lyrics is great. You see the progression and the evolution in terms of lyric writing for the band. And it just gets better and better and better. I always these last two albums have come out, some, terrific lyrics. But, opening up with, I settled down a twisted up frown disguised as a smile. Great right there. And much of the vocal delivery, it's kind of shouting, but definitely from the heart and emotions in terms of frustration and anger. And the song is just about reaching out and making the most out of life. The person has been through a lot of pain. If the line's you look like I did, you resist me just like this. So it's coming from a place of experience, which you do get a few times throughout this album. But it finally got to a point in the song where they're okay, the truth isn't setting me free, so fuck it, I'll do things myself. And, escapes whatever situation they were in and reaches out for a better life. I love the occasional shifts from, low to loud, and especially the vocal carry of the word more. It's just delivered so great. So yeah, rocking song throughout, and just like I said, a lot of frustration, anger that you're gonna find yourself in this album. For the song Ignorance, like I said before, just real piss and vinegar. It's a great music video. You got the light bulb that going throughout, and it's just, they're all clustered in. So you get this claustrophobic feel, like you can't really breathe. We're just kind of trapped in here and stuff. Obviously a lot of emotions and feelings that the band themselves are going through reflected in that stuff, but it starts all low and moody with her saying, if I'm a bad person, you don't like me, I guess I'll make my own way. It's a circle, a mean cycle, you can't excite me anymore. I always thought that when she was saying it's a circle, I mean cycle, but it's actually a mean cycle, but whatever. But like, this song just ramps and ramps and ramps. So it ramps up when she's like asking the person if they're a judge, and it's like, all right, well, where's your gavel? Where's your jury? If you really are a judge, then just sentence me to another life. It builds up even more with her not wanting to hear the person's sad songs or pain. You just keep getting, just keep blaming me for all your problems. And you're going to see that in like the next song, playing God with, pointing the finger and stuff. And then, intensity with her saying, we used to be friends, we wrote our names in blood. I guess that just means nothing anymore, right? Then that chorus hits and just shit just goes off the rails, where she's saying, you treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I guess I'll be on my way. And then just down and serious in your face saying, ignorance is your new best friend. I love the parts where she's singing, we're not the same, in quotes, and there's like a distant hey yell in the background. Just builds and builds and builds. Like I said, piss and vinegar, I'll say it a third time. This is a great song. I love the music video with them being all like, tight, and you got the light bulb. And you got this other person who's like Haley's playing. She's like I believe in white, and like in like a room of mirrors. Maybe that's, literally ignorance right there. Who knows? I don't know. But at the end of the day, great song. Alright, for the next one, Playing God. A kind of different, a little bit toned down a bit in terms of the intensity of it all, but it's still there. And you're definitely a couple of songs to where it's really not, but it doesn't have to be. But for this song, I read a quote, like Haley put it best. She says, quote, the song at its core, very angry. I'm ripping at self-righteous people, ripping at my own bandmates, and anyone who has made me feel not good enough. But the overall tone of the song is completely different. It's laid back and really fun. Couldn't agree more. The first stanza of the song is about feeling trapped. You can't make decisions or do anything with precision. Well, you might as well just tie me up. And like the band themselves in the music video is tied up and stuff. Just really like, the whole animosity of things and such. But this person, they're like trying to play God and just like feeding ideas down her throat and just kind of like gaslighting messages into her. There's great lines in this, such as, next time you point the finger, I might have to bend it back and break it. Or, the next time you point your finger, I'll point you to the mirror. The first time I heard that line, I was like, fuck yeah, that's a great line. Don't point your problems at me when the problems lie within you. Don't blame me before you blame yourself, right, for stuff that obviously might be going on, stuff that it's probably your fault. Like, don't deflect the blame. You're the one in charge, stuff like that. There's other lines too, which are great. Like, you don't deserve an opinion, if all you think about is yourself. There's great backing vocal deliveries by Josh Farrell when she is offering a last to second chance and like being on the fence on things. So you got like this nice playthrough to where she's saying various lines and he's saying, I'll point you to the mirror. But the way he's singing it, it's kind of like low and a bit echoey and stuff. It makes a great sound. And yeah, just, rocking, it's fun and everything. Like, not the crazy intensity. Obviously, it's there in the lyrics. But the overall song, like she said, is really kind of laid back and fun. And I couldn't agree more. The next one, another massive song for them, Brick by Boring Brick. It's a great song about escaping from reality into fantasy as a young child. but eventually things, begin to fade or disappear as the reality of life just settles in. And Haley, she acts like a narrator, explaining that the girl is living in a fairy tale. This isn't, I believe from what I read, it was a while ago, she said like this isn't a personal experience or anything. It's just like about a character and stuff that, like a lot of people can relate to and stuff like that. But she's narrating about a girl who's like living in a fairy tale, trying to escape, the realities of life, just trying to find happiness in like a paradise of her imagination. But things are becoming kind of unnatural. She's like pulling the wings off of butterflies. Like I said before, the whole land starting to distort, getting weird angles. Things really aren't seeming as they used to be. She gets to a point to where the girl's confused and crying, and then like a prince shows up to save her, but like it was a trick. No longer Prince Charming. It's kind of like an evil thing, like a nightmare, and everything just kind of falls apart, right? But like the way to escape, Haley says, is to build a house brick by boring brick, so like the wolf doesn't blow it down. There's like a constant warning message in the song of keeping your feet on the ground when your head's in the clouds, because we'll get a shovel, we'll dig up a hole, and we're going to bury the castle, right? It's just going to come eventually where life is just like, we're just going to take away that imagination. Here's reality. Suck it up. Here's the most basic, boring thing known to man, a brick. This is life type of thing, But at its core, it's like, cherish that imagination, that fairy tale, that happiness, inner world, whatever you want to call it, because life, while there are good stuff, there's a lot of things that really sort of push away that idea of an eternal paradise, a playground of wonders. I love the delivery of some of the lines, especially Haley saying she wants to be there. Just great delivery, and just the whole ba da ba da da ba ba. That's great, and obviously the woes. They do a great job doing the woes and stuff. But yeah, great song. All right, for another great song, that being "Turn It Off," just terrific. It's a nice change in pace. I'm not saying that's a bad thing by any means, but it's just kind of down and out, serious, bit of melancholy through it. Really, it's just like, the struggle of life, finding yourself at the bottom, and losing faith. She tries to pray, but like, she ends up scraping her knees, and she finds a demon in her safest haven. And it's getting so hard to believe in anything, right? Like, I just want to find perfection and just turn off my spite. And like, it's a very true chorus, talking about the worst part of life is being, before things get better, we're heading right for a cliff, and like in the free fall, I realize I'm better off when I hit the bottom of the cliff, right? Until I started reading the lyrics, I thought she said, when I hit the bottle, as in like, an alcohol bottle. And then when I saw that she thought that was the same thing too, she's like, oh, doesn't it sound like I'm singing bottle? It's like, it's not, but, it kind of sounds like that. I was like, oh, okay. You can learn something new every day, right? But continuing on with the song, she's saying how we're all working towards a goal that like doesn't exist, but we push through no matter the consequences. And like when I wrote this down, like I was like, oh shit, this kind of sounds like it, right? When she sings the lines, I quote, "The wheels are cranking, turning. It's all wrong the way we're working." It totally reminds me of the delivery of the song "Idol Worship" off of After Laughter. If you listen to that, like that rhythm of that song of Idol Worship, and then listen to those lines, kind of sounds like it, right? Which I thought was pretty cool. And there was an absolute, like, brilliant delivery at the line, again, after singing about turning off her spite, and she says again, and then just like blows out with that word again. Just terrific. And follow that up with a frustrated delivery of the chorus, free fall, hit the bottom. It's a great song. Alright, the next song, talk about a breather. This is very, very good. One, if not few actually like love songs that Paramore has written, this one being called "The Only Exception," and yeah, it's great. It's a great love song. I really don't want to get into like her parents' stuff. That's not what this stuff's about. You can read it. It's everywhere, but I don't want to get into that stuff. It's for me. I don't really want to do that. But for this song, it's full of uncertainty. Given the beginning, as she says with her dad, breaking his heart and trying to reassemble it, and like mom saying she'll never forget, and then like Haley's like, okay, that's the day I'll never, sing about love if it doesn't exist, right? So living life kind of uncertain, maybe like a bit hesitant in terms of like, well, love eventually it's, probably going to fall apart or break or, destroy each other. This probably is only like a limited time thing. I'm very, very hesitant on the feelings and acting it out, being with somebody and stuff like that. But that is until like she finds somebody in the song, right? That where that's really like no longer the case. Obviously it's like, well, okay, this person I'm with, well, you're the only exception to my idea of I will never sing a love song if it doesn't exist, because what I am feeling right now really is love, and you are the only exception. Okay, this is me post edit trying to finish this song because I realized that the camera kind of glitched for a sec when I was talking, so whatever. Basically what I said at the end was like, it's a great ballad. I don't know if you can call it acoustic or not, because they have a version that's acoustic, but just, like the very sort of bare guitar play that goes throughout it. So like I said, it's a great sort of love song and ballad, and yeah, it's a feel-good song. Or the next song, Feeling Sorry. So like you're going to get a few tracks towards the end, which are kind of fun, I mean, definitely fun, sorry. Kind of like, lighthearted and stuff, very, uplifting, just very straightforward rock song. So as much of a turmoil and just, rock in a hard place, or, just like feeling very pressured and animosity within everybody, definitely quite a few tracks on this album. You do get some moments of just like straight fun rock songs, and this is one of them. This song, like as Haley put it, is about people working hard and like putting in the effort that it takes to make it in life, or you just give it up. She said in this song the person's 24, but she said around like 20 you kind of either know like what you want to do, or like know what it takes, or realize that you have to work hard, you have to put in effort to make it in life, or where you're just kind of stuck, reliving the best moments of high school or something like that, because like in this song there's this person who like lives in the same town as her, is 24 like I said, but she says practically lives in a cave, barely socializes with anybody, doesn't want to move forward in life, potentially feels stuck. And Haley, she's kind of pissed at this person. She's saying, we can't wait much longer, we're getting older, there's no need to keep looking back, we gotta move forward. Don't apologize to me because I don't feel sorry. Look, I wish you the best. Just do me one thing, and promise you would dig yourself out of the situation. I had to go through the same thing. I know it's a lot. I know it can be very difficult, but you just gotta push forward and just like work hard in life, and really find yourself in like what you feel like you want to do in life and stuff, because the last thing I want to do is like I said, relive the glory days of high school, realizing I didn't do fucking anything with my life, and perhaps regret that I didn't do that and stuff. So just put in the work, please. I know it's gonna be difficult, but just gotta make it forward in life. We can't be stuck being 18, 19 forever, right? Like I said, very, very great rocking song, and it's good. The next song is called Looking Up. This is just a fun rocking song through and through. It's kind of like Hallelujah from the album Riot, though this time obviously with a bit more experience, probably a bit more confidence. Very in terms of like where we are as a band and stuff like that, and very happy that they made it and stuff like that. So it's about persevering as a band, making it big, not giving up, being grateful, dream come true, and like now it's no longer a dream, it's a reality, and like we really have to work with it and just not give it up, right? And like while things can be very difficult, we've always pulled through, and we have been around the world. This band has kept me going, and like, well, God, knows probably like the world doesn't need another band. at the end of the day, it would have been a huge waste had we not tried and were successful in creating this little band known as Paramore. But yeah, like I said, rocking song through and through. It is, kind of bittersweet, I suppose, considering like the next album, both the Pharaohs are gone, so that's like 40% of your lineup right there. But Zach does return later on. I don't know if Josh would ever return. I'm not too sure. But, anyways, for the song Looking Up, yeah, pretty simple. Like I like the things that I mentioned and stuff. Kind of like a Hallelujah Part 2. But at the end of the day, it's a good song. The next song is called Where the Lines Overlap. This one, pretty much like the last song, Looking Up. So, like, the last three are, kind of the same. Though, Feeling Sorry is more angsty, like more kind of like a fuck you type of song. But these last two, talking Looking Up in this one, much more of a lightened, sort of excited mood and stuff like that. In terms of like musical delivery and attitude, stuff like that. But for this song, when the lines overlap, pretty much it's about like a long distance relationship. But it's the positive side. It's not like, oh, things are falling apart, stuff like that. So like we're talking about like vast distance, tracing patterns and pictures over a map. No one is as lucky as us, and I am feeling happy. I love the way that line is delivered, and just like the bounciness of the instruments and stuff really just elevate that stuff. And like we're not at the end, you and I, but we've already won. And I feel like if I sing this song loud enough, you would sing it back to me. I think that would be like a great song you would hear at concert, because you would definitely be singing that part. It's definitely like a concert-made song during that part where she's saying, sing it loud, you sing it back to me, sing it far enough, you do the same to me, stuff like that. That would be pretty awesome to see. But yeah, like I said, very simple rockin' song, and hey man, if you're in a long distance relationship, I hope it works for you. Or the next one, a very, very, very different from what we've heard. This one's called Misguided Ghosts, but great lyrics, right? And I suppose I could call this an acoustic, right? Though somebody's going to say it's not acoustic, but it's really just Haley and a acoustic guitar. But like for this song, you just totally feel for her, right? She's just trying to navigate life and understand things. She's only like, what, 20? Something like that. So like younger than me, and you're in this massive band, and like your world is just like completely changed. And things are like very stressful and chaotic, just like having to navigate through things. And she's saying like, man, I just feel like I'm a traveling ghost, running from mistakes and places, having really no road to go, as the ghosts follow me behind as we just go around in circles. Just being told that this is life, and that pain is like basically like what comes from it and stuff. But I just need somebody to rely on with for like this like broken heart and like twisted mind and stuff. It's the only ones we've trusted. They've pushed us far away as I'm here alone traveling with the ghosts in circles. I love this song. I love this like acoustic approach to it, and just the lyrics themselves about like where she is, specifically and stuff like that. I think this is a great song. All right, the like official ending of the album, the potentially the magnum opus of Paramore, the song All I Wanted. Absolute perfection, perhaps even a masterpiece maybe, but that vocal delivery is something else, I'll tell you that. Obviously, if you know the song, what I'm about to say is nothing new. It is perfection at its finest, with their incredible vocal carry of the lines, all I wanted was you, and just the word you just beautifully carried out, and just it's just like the song Misguided Ghosts, to where you can just totally feel the power and emotion that's in this song, right? Absolutely breathtaking. And she's saying the song, just wanting someone to think of them when they're gone. I beg you nice on my knees as I am pacing, as I pace around constantly throughout this apartment, and falling asleep on the couch, waking up to black and white reruns, because I was reading like she was a very difficult time, feeling very sort of trapped and isolated just with herself in her apartment, and really only coming out when it came to like song material and stuff like that. And like I said, this song, just like what fucking makes it is just her breathtakingly, drop dead amazing vocal carry of the lines "All I Wanted." If you haven't heard this song, fucking check it out. This is something else. And she said, at least when the quote came out, when I talk about this stuff, this like the Paramore fan wiki, she said that honestly, there wasn't really a story to this. It's just like things that I've been feeling and stuff and going through. But this song, like a lot of people, like you read the comment sections of this song, some truly heartbreaking stuff, right? Neglect, loss of a life, crush, you name it. But at the end of the day, fucking terrific song. Alright, for the bonus track itself, Decode. Like I said before, at least I believe so, I've never seen Twilight. However, I remember how fucking massive it was. And I didn't know that this was a song off the album until obviously I started getting into the band. But hey, I think they made the right decision. 2008, right, when the movie came out. And, Paramore, What's the Hottest Thing, right, fits right in there, right? And it's a pretty damn good song, I will say. It's, I don't know who, like, the girl and, Kristen Stewart, I don't know if she's, like, with the wolf or the vampire or something like that. But it's, like, two lovers, but, like, one is tired, like, their mind's being clouded, and, I'm tired of trying to win your losing battles, and I just want you to know, I'm just, like, wondering how we got here, because I used to know you so well, but things are just different now, right? Like, the truth is there, it's burning through your eyes and dripping off your tongue, and you think I can't see this, the truth, and, it's making my blood boil, and whatever is inside of you really isn't a man. I think it might kill me, but I want that to be true, right? Great delivery on lines, great vocal carry throughout. Love the chorus. That little instrumental solos that throughout, and guitars are rocking and everything. Like great thing about soundtracks for movies is that you don't have to watch the movie. You don't even have to like the movie. At the end of the day, if the song is good, the song is good, and that's how I feel about this song. It's damn good. Alright, there you go. Paramore, Brand New Eyes. Let me know what you think. You love it? You hate it? I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they hate this album, but hey, maybe you do. I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week for their self-titled album, Paramore. That's like 17 tracks, I believe, so it's probably going to be a bit longer, but yeah, I'll see you guys then. So yeah, let me know if you want to, but otherwise, great album, and take care, guys.